So once you're into your Google Classroom for the first time, the first tab that you'll notice you have is one called Stream. And Stream is kind of like the main homepage of Google Classroom. This is where students and teachers can see all the things that are happening in chronological order. So whenever something new gets posted to Google Classroom, you'll see it in the stream, and these are always organized chronologically, and that's kind of the only way everything is displayed here. At the top of the stream area, you'll notice you have a little space that says share something with your class. So you as a teacher can share something with your class, and your students also have the ability to add a post here and share something with their classmates. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. To share something with your class, all you have to do is click on this little link, and you'll notice you get this little window that pops up. Once this pops up, you'll notice you get a couple of things. First of all, what class do you want to post this to? Do you want to post it just to one, or do you want to select multiple classes so that it could go out to, for instance, all 5 periods at once? You get to make that decision. Also, do you want to post this up for all students to see, or do you just want to go through and select a couple of students that you want to see this announcement? You have that ability. In this field, this is a text box where you can type in whatever that message is for your class. So I like to think of this area as an announcements area. This is not where I would post work for students to do. This is not where I would post an assignment for them. This is where I would post something like an announcement, an FYI, something I would want all my students to know, but not necessarily to act upon. So if I have a message for them, it would go here. It's not an assignment. It's not something for them to complete and turn in. It's just something I want them to be aware of or something I want them to have access to. So I can type that in here in the text box. You'll notice you also have the ability to add things to your announcements. So if you want to add a few little notes here, and then let's say you've got a flyer that goes with it that you'd like students to see, you can click add over here, and you'll notice you get 4 different options. You can add things that are already in your Google Drive. You can add in a link. So if you've got a link out to another website or some location online, you could post that link directly in here. You could add a file. That would be you uploading something that's saved on your computer. Maybe it's a Word doc, maybe it's a PDF, maybe it's even a video file that's saved on your computer. You could add files here. Or if you want to include a link out to a video that's already on YouTube, you could use this option right over here. Once you get your announcement made, crafted over here, if you want to add any links to it, you certainly can. And then when you're ready for this to go live, there is a post button over here. If you click it, it is live right away. If you want to instead schedule this to go live later, you can always click this drop-down arrow next to it, which gives you more options. Do you want to post it right now? Do you want to schedule this to go live on a certain day at a certain time? Or are you just working on the draft right now and you want to save this as a draft and come back to it later? I'm going to go ahead and post it live right now. So when I click post, you'll notice in my stream, I now have my first message over here. I have an announcement, have a great day. So it looks just like that. It's a little message that I have for all of my students. Now, you'll notice a couple of other things in here. I also have the ability on any post that I make to add class comments. Anything that is typed in here will be a comment on this post that the whole class can see. So if I post something up here and my students have a question about it, they can post their question in here and I can post answers to their questions right into this field. So this becomes a nice way to do a little threaded conversation about anything that you want to share with your students, anything you want to make them aware of. So announcements or something you want to share with your class is a great way to do that. What if after the fact you decide that you don't want students to be able to add comments or you don't want students to be able to create their own posts? Do you have the ability to control that? Yes, I want to show you 2 things. One thing is this. If you go over here to the Jelly Bean button right to the right, you'll notice that I can edit this post. I can also delete it. So if there is a class comment that is made that you don't want to be there anymore, you can delete it right from this menu. You can also edit your original post if you forgot to include a link or a video or you noticed a typo or something like that. Now, what if starting right now you decide that you don't want students to be able to make their own posts or you don't want students to be able to add comments? This doesn't change any ones that are already up there. You have to manually delete each one of those, but you can change it from now going forward and turn off some of those abilities for students. So if you want to modify this, what you'll do is you'll head up to the settings menu up here, and then you're going to scroll down just a little bit to this part over here that says stream. By default, it's set to students can post and comment. And I want to say that I think this is really valuable. I think it's a great way to teach digital citizenship and 21st century communication skills. It does require us to do a little bit of norming in our activity or in our classrooms and to set out some expectations. I always tell students that this field is not for text messaging their friends. This is where we're going to have some academic conversations. This is where they can ask for class help on any of the topics that are posted in, or where they can be helpful to another student, not a place where they're going to post things that are more social in nature. If your students are struggling with that a little bit, you can always go in here and you can click this drop down and you can change their permissions. Do you want students to be able to post and comment? Do you want students to be able to add comments on things you post, but not be able to create their own posts? Or finally, do you want to set it so that only teachers can post and comment, and then students cannot add any of their own comments or create any of their own posts? So those settings are totally up to you. I usually say when starting a Google Classroom, it's best to start with a fairly restrictive environment, establish some norms and some expectations, and then gradually release more and more features and capabilities to students once they've demonstrated that they're ready to use that responsibly. In a distance learning scenario, since I know many students are kind of craving that ability to connect with their teacher and with their classmates, and I know we're all looking for ways that students can ask us questions and we can provide feedback to students, you may want to consider setting some expectations, but then leaving that feature fully on and addressing any students that misuse that feature, just to make sure that we've got great lanes of appropriate conversation available for teachers and for students.